times.
That's all.
Happy Sunday, folks. It is Jibber Jabber night. It is Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Are we Eastern?
GMT.
We're GMT. But
I can see why all the confusion happens in emails now if you think this is Eastern time.
Tonight is podcast night, and tonight we are covering, by the way, and it was purely the reason that, right, I'll create a story here, right? Lads, Matthew Moon's on the show.
What an introduction.
How you doing?
It's like, hey, calm down, it's only Matthew Moon.
No, what I was trying to say there is, so Matthew Moon got an email from Arrow saying, lads, we're releasing a new version of the stuff. So I was like, sound man. Matthew Moon pinged me. He's like, oh, I need to cover the stuff. You need to cover the stuff. Now, as always, if Matthew Moon speaks, his voice is valid. So I was like, right, lads, here, Arrow, fancy sending me something today with the stuff because we've got a fella in my crew who really wants to cover it. I think it'll be a class one. So we're covering it. Matthew Moon is the biggest fan of the stuff.
I wouldn't say biggest, but it just holds a wee place in my childhood heart that I loved when I was away.
Well, those are the best types. I'd play a trailer, but
I was just kind of curious to think what you will find out about it, but I'm sure I'll just find out.
We're gonna get fired right into that. We are live tonight on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, everywhere. If you're on TikTok, hello, nice to meet you. Hit the subscribe button or don't. It's totally up to you. Thanks for joining us anyway. Lee Meek Muster says, evening gents, evening Lee, thank you for tuning in as always, man. You're a real G. Next week, by the way, before we get into the stuff, next week we'll be joined again. Matthew, are you coming on next week?
Hopefully. Right,
so next week it'll be a wee fatal four-way like it was so many months ago. Our good pal Nards, Wolfman's got Nards, an upcoming YouTuber. Check him out if you get a chance. He'll be on the show with us.
Hang on a fucking minute. Hang on a wee minute here.
What?
Did you swap our beards?
No.
What the fuck?
My beard is prevalent.
Well, compared to mine, you could say that yours was less garish. But looking at that photo...
But I trim mine though. I actually trim mine to make it like that. I never here. We've had this AI.
Where's my beard?
We've had this AI conversation.
You couldn't have just written it again and said, "G Mac a beard."
No, because then it changes everything. It changes everything when that happens.
You just asked it not to give J Mac the glory home with.
I know. What made you want me? You've got teeth at least.
Mate, the wee Elvira looks more like me than that fucking thing.
I just thought Gizmo looked proper pissed off.
It does.
That's like me anytime you try to get me to watch something shocking.
This will be next week. This is the best horror remakes. I'm hoping that maybe Arrow get us involved with another movie franchise that may be very prevalent to that conversation. But make sure you tune in next week. We'll be joined by Matthew Moon, we'll be joined by Nards. We're going to talk about all the films. And as well, if you're listening to this in the archives, you're watching now, let us know in the comments or contact us wherever we are, which is everywhere, right? Contact us and let us know what your favourite remakes were, right? Because there's some out there that are absolute stinkers, but you might just like them. And
I'm
you
not
might
going to get too into it, but the other day I went up into the loft and I was rummaging through stuff today with next week's, and I thought, I'm not going to tell you about it. I'll just keep you and show you them
Oh,
next week.
mate, I'm heavy looking forward to it now. Heavy looking forward to it. So that'll be coming up, and then the week after that, by the way, just so you know, we'll be back on the train again. We'll be
Banned.
covering. I know.
Aye. What I really like in that film is the guy at the start with the bangles. So look out for him.
I know. I'll be
Aye.
watching something else. I'll not be watching. So
Did you hear all that story, Matthew?
Aye, I listened to it last week. I was kind of a wee bit concerned that I wasn't watching the right one for a while. And then I
wait,
was
did
like,
you watch that one or no?
No, I kind of sailed the seas. And it was just when I says, there's an awful lot of Alsatians getting flung about. I says, am I watching the right one? So, to be fair, that's the first Bruce Lee film I think I've ever watched from start to finish. So I did quite enjoy it. I think if I'd seen it as a kid, I would have loved it.
I don't know
you know
what
what I
it is, but our episode on Bruce Lee, which was that was last week, wasn't it?
Yep.
Aye.
That's sitting at 752 views now. Like, it just keeps climbing. People are right into Bruce Lee stuff, so start as
there
we
you
mean
go.
to go on, eh? Fist of Fury, mate. Don't forget that in 2 weeks' time. Everybody come along and see it. Now, just gonna preface this here. Well, I've got it taped. I'm not gonna whap it. Get in trouble after TikTok, man. This film, I had never really heard of it, if I'm honest, right? Never heard of it. And then there's a million of these films that are just absolute treasures that we don't know about, right? And the best way to know about it is when your pal says, that's a class film, need to get a watch. Now, sometimes, I'll not tell you what ones, but sometimes I get a film that I'm like, oh, I need to watch this. Oh, I suppose I better watch it now because I need to talk about it on the show. It gets like that sometimes, right? Because you're obligated. But see, when I was like, right, I've got this to watch, I was like, actually, I'm looking forward to it. And I laughed my head off so many times, right? But before we get right into what's what, tell us, Matthew, tell us a wee bit about what it was like for you growing up watching this. What age were you when you first seen it?
Oh, God knows. But I remember I had just got a TV in my room. I don't know if I was about 7 or 8 year old, and I had just got a TV in my room. And I used to stay up, and you remember was it Videodrome? I think Kermode took over it, but there used to be a guy done it before him. And that was one of they done like a double screening, and they showed the stuff, and then they showed Larry Cohen's set. I don't know if it was his second film. They done the Winged Serpent. I think it was called Q. And I stayed up to about 4 a.m. and just watched these two films. And I still remember it. The stuff's just one of the films that I had it in DVD for years, but it was one of the ones I bought, but it was like a fake because you couldn't really get it. So when I seen that Arrow was bringing it, I says, I need to buy this. So I literally went and got it like the day after.
Oh, no way. Does it not come with a slip-off case, nah?
Nah, it's reversible, mine, but
saving grace.
Oh,
Saving
Matthew,
grace.
what you should have said was it did, but I binned it just to see his
Oh,
face.
just to get a doing, man. Just to get a doing. I was ready for doing something in the cinema yesterday, by the way.
Oh, please tell us a story, Kevin. This is unusual.
Did you go see, was it no Lilo and Stitch or something you went to see?
The guy was 5. No, mate, I'm sitting here watching the new Final Destination, and I'm sitting there with my wife, right, and I'm like this on my seat, and that way we're like, okay, once again, oh wait a minute, this prick's actually just getting comfy with his foot on my fucking chair behind me, right, and I'm like, I turn round, right, because there's etiquette about before you chin somebody, etiquette where you turn round and you go, and then you turn back, which is that's code for fucking packing what you're doing. Yeah?
Yep.
Nah. Still, like, I says, and I went, right? People are like, oh, he flies off the handle. I'm sorry, but I gave him at least 15 chances, right? So I'm like, Lauren says what I says. I fucking hate getting my seat kicked. This is in the cinema. I'm loud. Right? He can hear that.
No.
Right? Again, I go, okay, next time. Again, I turn round. I literally like whipped round over the back of my seat in his face. I looked and went, are you fucking sitting with your feet on my seat? He's like, no. I says, because you've been fucking booting my seat and it's really fucking pissing me off. He's like, I turned the back round, and it's like that way where everybody had kind of stopped watching the film and looked at me, and my wife's like, and from that moment on, I had a breeze of watching the rest of the film. Like, oh, this is great, not having my seat fucking kicked.
What did you think of it? Did you like it?
The getting my seat kicked? No, I fucking
No, the
hated it. Movie. I would say this: it's Final Destination. You get exactly what you sign up for. Was it? Did it make sense? At some parts, aye, some parts no. But it was a laugh, right? I went there and I got everything what I wanted. I laughed my head off at loads of the kills. I questioned the logic. Oh, okay. So that woman sat in that wee fucking house that death couldn't get her for all those years. But remember, we learned that death will skip you if it can't get you.
The most dangerous looking wee house in the world.
I know, right?
I've not seen this, boys.
Oh, I thought you
Sorry,
had.
sorry.
It's fine, they'll die.
I was getting shite.
Oh
this
no,
morning.
you've went and spoiled it now.
I was getting shite this morning for that stupid Titanic one. That basically saying that's sick, taking advantage, and says, "It's all right for fucking James Cameron to make a love story."
I
about it."
know. Somebody gave you shit about that.
It was just a few comments. I was a sickle, apparently.
A sickle.
Aye.
The hypocrisy in people, eh? The hypocrisy in people. Did any contact the news and be like, how dare you monetize all these horrible stories you tell us? How dare you fearmonger us just so you can make a dime? They didn't do that though, eh? But they'll pull up wee Matthew man on his fucking pictures that he draws. Oh, good times.
I'm hoping that the Final Destination writers, producers happen to catch this wee bit of conversation, and the next one starts with somebody kicking somebody's seat and getting fucking nailed.
Mate, well, do you know what the funny thing is? I still had plenty, right? Now, this was my thought process. So I've just turned round and gave him snash in front of his missus, right? So I've basically made him look like he's got no balls, okay? I'm thinking, he's behind me. He's one of those wee gym guys that's quite well built, right? But obviously a wee fanny, type of guy that goes into Nando's wearing fucking nae socks. They type of folk, right?
Why Nando's? That was really specific.
Because let's get a cheeky Nando's, while we're out just after the gym type. One of those wee fannies, right?
Mm.
About my age. So I thought, he might want to fight because I've just made him look like a fucking clown in front of his missus. So I'm sitting there like, keeping my head like this, because if he goes to do the head look, I'll just put my hand here to block it and then drag him round, man. Right? And I thought maybe when the film's done, he might say something. So I'm proper like anticipating it, ready for it, like. And in no way, like, I don't want to fight. I just want to sit and watch a film without getting my fucking seat kicked. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what I
sitting
want.
with his belt off, wrapped through his own.
But if you want to go down that road, I will come for you. And I knew for a fact, 1,000,000%, if he starts, I'm leathering him. 100%. No way about it. Right? I put all my money on it, which is like 20 quid. You know what I mean? But I knew it. I was like, I'll prepare for it. So there was that, and I thought, that would be quite cool. Imagine Kev goes to see Final Destination, dies in the cinema, stabbed half a wee Jake. So that stuff was going through my mind, but it was eventful. And by the way, for the record, I'd prefer, like, come on, there's etiquette. There's space. Doesn't matter what seats you buy. There's space. You didn't need. Fair enough. Put your feet up on somebody's seat if there's nobody in front of you, right? But see when there's somebody in front of you, then sprawl. Have your feet fucking kicked against their seat so that every move you make, they get to feel. Like, I'll knock you out if you didn't do it. I'll knock you out for doing it to somebody else. No, let alone myself. Do you know what I mean?
The worst one for me is that people that take their shoes off and put their feet in between two seats, so there's somebody that's got a foot there for the whole fucking film.
That's a kicking. I'm telling you right now, that is a kicking, mate.
I've never had a bad really experience. I always tell the story about when I went to see, it was a Return of the King. It was one of the Lord of the Rings films, and it was packed.
So you've been there for ages, I know.
No, but I remember sitting next to this bigger guy, and it was almost, I could hear it every time. It was basically sitting going, and it was like that for about 3 hours, and I was like, mate, just fucking die, just stop breathing. And
I just think I'm the Raj man.
What you meant to say was, mate, just unalive.
Unalive.
Just
Like,
unalive.
it was just, he was holding his breath. It's like, he must have breathed about 4 times during the film. And I was like, Jesus, mate, just stop. And it was too busy to move seats. And I always remember that. That's kind of etched into my brain.
No, it's the order. There's etiquette when you go to the cinema. Nobody follows it. And if you get picked up on it, see if I was doing what he done, which I wouldn't be, because I'm not an absolute All right. But see if I was doing that and somebody was like, "Here, mate, you want to stop that?" I'd be like, "Oh, aye, sorry." I mean, and I suppose, like, my wife reckons he shit himself, and that's why he didn't say anything, because I was quite in his face.
Like how close were you to him? Like just imagine your camera is his face.
Well, we'll look at it this way, right? So here's my seat, right? Here's my cinema seat. When I turned round, my knees are on the cinema seat, and I'm over my seat. Like, looking down going, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I jumped up on my seat to look over and be like, what the fuck?
Do you know it'd be really funny if, like, when you looked the other way, his kid was like, "Sorry, Dad, that was me."
No, because I inspected. It was him. He was one of those guys that's just like, won't sit right on the seat, legs everywhere and all that. But so him being comfy means I get to be uncomfy.
Likes to wear Under Armour on show. It's called Under Armour for a reason, man.
Aye.
Wears a bum bag around his chest.
Aye. 100%. That's the type of dude. That is the type of dude.
Wears a crucifix and a Star of David.
Drives an Audi but gets his multi by his chips.
I know exactly the type you're talking about there.
100%.
That's funny.
Mark, you cover my phone bill. How? I've not got enough money driving an Audi.
It's like, all right.
One of them.
Also, can you pay my car insurance?
that I'm on. That's yours. One of them.
Where did you get this stuff?
What's he on about, J-Mac? What's he on about?
Fucking
It comes right out my mouth.
Aye, the stuff like that. Aye, so the stuff, mate.
Usually when I tell you, oh, I rave about a film, I go, fuck, they're going to hate this. And then I go,
Well,
who cares?
Let me just say this to you, mate. I did not hate this by any stretch. I fucking had a scream. And if I see that in the shop, I'd be likely to pick it up.
I sent you my wee picture that I had.
I know. Look at that. What does the song go like again? What does the song go like?
There was a wee guy.
The stuff, honestly, it's not gonna kill you.
One of the wee kind of Comic Cons, there was a wee guy sitting at a table, and he obviously made his own stuff. And I get,
I made his own stuff, padum.
And I got excited. And he's like, "Mate, how much is that?" And he's like, "Do you know what it is?" And I was like, "Of course I know what it is." And that was me. But it's just it's like shitty plastic. You know what I mean?
What a pretentious wee knob. It's like, mate, how much is that? Do you even know what it is? It's like, well, I'll just go and buy it somewhere else. Then you wee prack.
I know.
It's one of the wee things that I own that nobody really knows what it is.
Oh no, that's excellent. What did that skin you?
I think it was like £7.
That's not
bad.
I looked it up. They're $13.99 on Etsy.
There you go. Then.
So he made a loss, thankfully.
Eh?
That guy made a loss.
No, 7.
Aye, so the guy made a loss.
Maybe not at the time.
Like,
I think I was always looking for one that was the taste to see if I could get the pear, but I could never find it.
Ah, right, because that's the. I thought there would be. I would have thought there would be the taste.
Like, the taste is actually quite a good name. It's quite a good name for a dessert. Like the stuff, like if you saw that in the shelf, you'd be like, nah. But the taste, it sounds like it's going to be like really tasty stuff. Do you know what I mean? Or tasty taste.
You got to be honest, mate. That stuff did look good, didn't it?
I think when you were sending me your pictures, when you were watching it, the worst bit of this film is the fact that the film starts within 2 minutes. They've kind of jumped to this wee guy funning it.
Aye,
it's in the shops.
Aye.
Aye.
Right, let's talk about that, mate. Let's talk about that. So you're kicking about a building site in the snow. You find some bubbling, juicy, whatever it is, and your first instinct is to go, let me try that, right? And then so I felt like they could have stretched that out a wee bit. Oh, what's that? This would be great to sell in the stores. It's in the stores. Like that was a quick intro.
Do you know? I think what maybe would have made a bit more sense, like if he was to find it, then it was to accidentally get in his mouth, and he went, "That's actually really nice." No, he just scoop it off the wee bubbling bit of fucking.
Do you know
white stuff, like white liquid just lying about on the ground? I'm not tasting that. Like you never know what that's going to be.
Especially at a building site. Here, do you know how I would have done it? Do you know how I'd have done it? I'd have had him go, "What's that?" Oh, pick up something and throw it in it. And then it splattered up. Oh, what? Oh, right.
Aye, like I just said.
No, you didn't say that. You didn't say that. You said, have it go in his mouth. And I thought, well, how would you get it in his mouth? Now, for his cheek, Matthewman and Jay Mack, you're now going to tell me how yous would do it, but you can't choose mine. So, you first, Jay Mack. How would you have it end up in his mouth?
The same way that you described, because it was my idea.
Can he? No, you never said that. You never said that. You said
you could either have him fall in it, or you could have like he's Doug eating it.
Matthewman, are you going to be all right, Doug? Oh boy, what is that anyway? You know, I'll try it. Oh, well done, Matthewman. Right, J Mac, you?
Well, it's in America, right? So I'm thinking he would just shoot it, and then it would splash.
No, but that's my idea.
There are times in this film where folk are aiming guns at it. It's like, what are you expecting that today?
Mate, there are parts in this film. Does anybody know what the budget was on this?
£3. It's a conservative guess. I think it might be less.
Joking. You're joking. But the thing is, does your film get right into it? There's no titles or nothing. It's boom, there's the film.
Aye.
Hey,
the titles play over the film.
When?
The credits play over the film. Like when
at the end.
No, at the beginning.
No, it does actually come up and say the stuff, but it's like a shitty.
Wait, no, Kevin, did you watch another Kung Fu film?
Is Bruce Lee in it?
What I thought it was Bruce Lee.
I still think it's hilarious that you watched the whole thing not realising he was near.
No, I did. I just thought
I'd have been like 15 minutes in going, where's Bruce Lee, by the way?
Mate, I thought to myself, here, I know I like Bruce Lee, right? But I'm not a big, huge Bruce Lee fan. Maybe this is what he looked like when he was younger and they shaved all his hair off, right? That I genuinely was going to question you about it, right? I was going to question you about it. But so this guy gets the stuff, and from what I can believe, the stuff is a hive mind thing. It essentially controls you, but it's like it knows, like it's in everybody, and it decides to tell you what's what, and it makes you do stuff, right? Can I just talk to you a wee minute about the casting? And how they look like a real family. Now, I know there are two brothers in there. Scott Bloom and his brother... The Bloom brothers.
With the biggest 3D glasses ever.
I know. But Brian Bloom and Scott Bloom. So that's Jason, right? And the other guy's credited as Jason's brother. Doesn't even get a name. But I thought to myself, they actually do look like a real family, and it makes sense obviously because they are like two of the kids are actually brothers. But if you look at that, the dad looks like they could be a real family. That was very well cast. Would you agree, guys?
Aye. I think they look like your token kind of American advert family.
100%. Mm-hmm. They did. They just looked like an actual American family.
It's like, hey guys, it's Saturday. What do you want to eat? McDonald's. Yeah. They definitely look like that type of family. I don't know if there's ever been a McDonald's advert like that, but I would probably bet some money on it. I'd bet all your money on it, Kev.
By the way, can I tell you something? Mo, right? David.
Nice hair.
Thing about Mo, correct me if I'm wrong here. When he shows up, I think here comes, in Billy Madison. Have you seen Billy Madison?
Yeah.
You know Carl, the character Carl.
Yep.
I don't know if I know their names, but
that's basically the wee wanker.
The bad guy.
The bad guy.
Aye.
Is that not Mo?
I kind of expected him to be the villain of the film,
right?
Maybe alongside 100%. The stuff. I think
right.
That's probably deliberate on the part of the filmmakers, just to make it seem like he's going to be the baddie.
The picture that you showed there in the boat, apparently the kind of trivia was that boat was sinking as they were riding it out to the bigger boat. So they just got there in time before it sank because they'd overloaded it. But did you not think that Mo was kind of... He reminded you a lot of like Columbo in the fact that you think he's an idiot, but he's no.
No, because he never came across as an idiot.
Actually, it was one of my favourite lines is when the guy's like, "Man, maybe you're not as much of an idiot as you look," and he said, "Nobody's as much of an idiot as I look." I thought it was a pretty funny line. I enjoyed that. Or as you seem, I think it was, not look, seem. But is it just me though, or did his hair completely change between the first scene on the boat and the rest of the film?
It's a wig apparently.
Why is he wearing a wig?
I don't know. But I remember reading something that he didn't want to wear a wig and he wore a wig. So Who knew?
Aye. I felt like we were robbed of a good, badass hero in this film. That's all it needed. I felt like Mo was it's like they were like, right, we need to hire somebody. Let's go to Billy Madison and take Carl. He'll do. But he's a baddie. Fuck it. We'll just chuck him in there as the good guy. Like, he had all the characteristics of a bad guy. He was a heel, and yet we're supposed to root for him.
Even with that accent, he sounded like he was going to be the bad guy. You know what I mean? And it was a bad accent. Like, for an American putting on an accent, that accent was pretty bad.
Another thing is, in the 80s, like, they waste no time, eh? Hi, I'm here to give you a new job. Don't worry too much about this. Cool, let's go for lunch, we'll discuss it. Does the lunch have room service, your wee hotel room? It's like, that's the whole Highlander. I cannot die. Well, let me pump you the new. Do you know what I mean? Like, they waste no time to just get into it, right?
Aye. I'm Conor McLeod. I cannot die. Oh, well, you'll not get an STD then.
But do you not think that, though? Like what the actual hell? Like, they don't waste no time. He just kind of shows up at her job, halts the production of what she's doing, is like, here, I see myself giving you this type of job, which is a lie, right? And then she's like, let's go to your room.
Aye. And he's such a man of principle that he just shags her anyway.
He didn't even have a Scott Atkins kind of, or what's his name, Atkins moustache? No, Tom Atkins. Scott Atkins is a karate guy.
Karate guy. Karate guy in Kung Fu.
But, aye, that was the thing you think to say, aye, Kung Fu.
It's Taekwondo he does, by the way, just to let you know.
You told me karate meant Kung Fu in China.
Aye, that's what I told you, right?
It is. I got a screenshot. It says that karate thing you're talking about, that's Kung Fu in China.
Let's
I've got the same screenshot, funnily enough.
Oh, man. Well, I think...
So... I want to get this out of the way before we go any further. I thought this was pish. Like,
really?
Like, seriously pish. Like, I was watching this going, fucking give me Pokemon back. Like, honestly.
One, done. But two, that's... I don't know how we can be so far
I was being
apart on this.
sarcastic.
No,
do
Pokemon
not give me...
next week.
Don't give me Pokemon back. I don't
You
want
asked for Pokemon.
Pokemon can poke him off, right? Get it to fuck. But no, I did not enjoy this at all.
Really?
A couple of decent lines in it that were really badly delivered by a lot of bad actors. Even Paul Sorvino was shite in this. There's a line.
Look at me, Matthewman's face, man. He's gutted. Look.
I didn't expect any to like it, to be honest.
Matthewman, I'm about to fight for it in a minute.
Aye. Well,
no.
I just wanted to get that out of the way.
So you didn't sit there and enjoy that in any way? You did not. J-Mac, let me ask you again. You did not enjoy that in any fucking way. Are you joking, mate? Are you joking?
Okay. That effect kind of made me giggle. It reminded me a wee bit of the "You've Been Bad,"
right.
But the rest of the film just kind of made me ignore the fact that bit was pretty funny.
No, I think that's where pretty much all the budget went, to be fair.
Funnily enough, like at that bit, I was like, "That's not a bad effect." Like it was because you see his neck starting to kind of inflate first, and that's on him. That's clearly a makeup effect on a human being. Then it changes to the fake head, and I thought, "Oh, that's pretty cool." They've actually made a bit of effort there for the first time.
Oh, here he is. Wolfman's got nards.
I swear to God, by the way, there's a machine at my work, right? It's called a Palomar. It's a pick and place machine for really small components. And it's got a door that you lift up to open it. And I swear to God, it makes that noise. It goes, "Arr!" And I meant to take a video of it for you. I'm going to find it. I will. I'll send it to you and you can show it next week. But it makes that 100%. Exactly. It goes, "Arr!"
Well, Nards will be here next week when we discuss the best remakes, the best horror remakes, which are up and coming. Best horror remakes of the last, however long. It doesn't matter. What?
Apparently, I'm not going to be there. It's some other random guy.
Fuck off. Nards says, shitey enjoyment looks spitting image lol. I hope you've watched this, Nards, because I hefty enjoyed it. J-Mac, let me just say this, mate. I sat there like, this is great. Wife came in towards the end of it, and she's like, what the fuck are you watching? I says, this is phenomenal. She's like, I'll wait. She says, you wanted me, because I say to her every time, here, want to watch this? I need to watch it. I think you'll like it. She says, you thought I would like this? I says, do you know? Right? I loved it, man. It had everything in it. J-Mac, I am shocked you didn't love this. I thought it was class. Really?
I just didn't like it. There's a message behind it, right? And I watch a lot of films, right? And there's messages behind it, and I just don't get it. I watch a film for what I'm seeing, right? I don't really think too much about what's going on in the background and what the message is that they're trying to put across. There's obviously a message in here. No, I don't. But there's obviously a message in here about like corporate greed and like just people consuming and just stuff being fucking bad for us, right? I totally get that. But the reason I got it is because it's so in your face that I didn't even have to think about it, right? So it's very, very simple in that respect. But which wasn't a bad thing. I just, pardon me, I just think that the film itself was just pish. Like, I can't even really find the words to describe it. We watch a lot of bad films, but bad films that are so bad that they're funny. Like, you can tell that folk made an effort with this one. Like, they were trying to make something good with a message, and it was just pants, man.
It's just probably one of the films that you had to watch at the time to kind of appreciate, I suppose. I don't know.
Nard said, seen the stuff once, loved how bad it was. Well, by the way, I just watched it for the first fucking time as an adult, and I fucking loved it.
Maybe I approached it from the wrong angle. Like, I think maybe like whenever Matthewman tells us to watch something, I think in your mind you instantly go, "Oh, this is going to be shite, but I'll enjoy it."
but
this one, like, I know it's got a bit of a following. I know a lot of people like this, not just Matthewman. Like most of the films that Matthewman tells us to watch, I think it's only ever been him that's seen it. But this one's got like a massive following. So I thought maybe this one will be different. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I should have just went in and gone, right, Jordan, this is going to be shite, but just try and enjoy the shitiness. But I just couldn't get past the shiteness of it. I'm really struggling to put my words together here for this.
Did you watch it wrong?
Nards, did I watch this wrong? Wait for his response.
Well, he said that he loved it. He loved how bad it was. I thought it was fun, mate. He gets to what's his name? Cookie Boy. What's his name? Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Can we just talk about that for a wee second?
Could you imagine
trying to have a character that looks like him and call him Chocolate Chip Charlie in any time after 2010?
Mate, there was hefty discrimination in this.
Oh, was there?
What's he doing in here? See, that character, by the way, was right out of order. What's his name? This boy.
Oh, 5.
He was right out of order. Because I took notes.
It kind of ended up being a bit of it was kind of the hero in the end, though, no?
You reckon?
It was him that put the message out saying, "Fucking delete it, man."
Don't know, like.
Because, dead silence.
No, I don't think he was a hero at all. It was Mo. Oh, wait a minute. Nard says, no, you watched it right, mate. Pure gutter garbage, but you had to have seen it back in the day to even remotely enjoy it. No, true. I enjoyed it. I put some notes down. I said, want to read some of my notes, right? Gets right into it. Random dude eats shit he sees on the ground. Next note. Mo is a cartoon character. Mum has Shelley Duvall vibes. Right?
Aye, because the acting was so good.
80s wasted no time because she wants to get with Mo straight away, the wee love interest. Okay. Then I go to dog disconnecting the phone was class.
The fact that they get Danny Aiello was in this movie in the first place. Do you know what I mean?
He was a special guest star. I think that was we need somebody to try and sell this cast.
Hi, Janice.
Hey, Janice.
I know. Aye, mate, the fact that Doug's like, here, let me take his phone line out so he can't get help.
Have you seen the advert that's on the telly now, and it's the Doug? I don't know what kind of Doug it is, but it basically says about the guy, and it's clearly like a guy in a suit. But I can't even mind what it's for. I'll need to try and find that.
Iron Brew or something. They seem to be hitting.
I don't know what it was.
But that.
I've got a few notes here, but one of them, which is, you know why they call me Mo? Because whenever someone gives me money, I want Mo.
I want Mo.
Come on.
I want Mo.
I want Mo.
Here's the thing I know. Like, Ginny says, oh, sorry I'm late playing World of Warcraft and didn't notice the time. Mate, is that still a thing? That's
He's
class.
still playing World. That's class. Do you know what? That's
man.
a game I kind of aspire to play. I've never played it, but I think I might.
Mate, you lose your life to it.
The
I've
only
seen
reason
my
I
mates
know
get fat
what it
playing it.
is because of South Park. It's the only reason I knew that was
So
a thing.
I grew up playing Warcraft 3.
I gotta
I never played World of Warcraft. But I have friends that were like, here, I used to look like this, and they used to look good. And they went, and I got all fat as fuck because I just got lost in World of Warcraft. So I always stayed away from it, But that's not me saying folk that play World of Warcraft.
I like how you actually got a fright at your own speech there. That was so funny. I've never seen that before. You were mid-sentence and you went...
What I'm trying to say.
A guy behind him in the cinema next time with a World of Warcraft t-shirt on, just booting the fuck out his chair.
What I meant to say was I would get fat as hell playing it because I would be engrossed. Fine folks like Janice and everybody that play it obviously have better self-control than I, which is why they are upstanding class human beings. World of Warcraft looks fucking kick-ass. Rossman says the Lynx advert, is that the dog thing?
That's it. Google it.
Nice.
It puts you in mind. Do you remember when you seen the behind the scenes pictures for Cujo, and it was just literally a guy in a dog suit? That's what it's like.
No,
do you know, I've never seen Cujo.
Oh,
never
watch
seen
it. It's good.
But I do remember once as a kid, like it was as a family, we were trying to pick something for the TV guide to watch that night because obviously you guys both remember it used to come as a magazine, right? And
Need it? Got a TV guide? Don't need a TV.
and was looking through it, and I said, "Oh, what about this one, Dad?" I was like, "Cujo," and my dad was like, "Oh, it's Cujo." Like he thought it was like a Mexican word or something. And then I saw it when I was obviously you get to know it as you get older, and I was like, "No, it's fucking Cujo. I've still to chin him for that, Dad. If you're watching this, it's Cujo."
I know. Out of order, man. Wolfman's got nards. You've seen Cujo. How could you?
I don't know, man. It's just it
I've
missed
got
me.
noise
I just think a film about a fucking Saint Bernard isn't really up my street.
Have you never seen Beethoven?
Aye, but I don't like it. Maybe I seen Beethoven and thought I'm not watching another stupid film.
It's
about
a wee
dog.
bit darker than Beethoven, to be fair.
Hey, there's some grisly bits.
It's actually pronounced Beethoven. Do you know?
Beethoven. Beethoven. I remember the first time I wrote Beethoven on my taped off the telly tape, and I'm like, "How'd you spell Beethoven?" It's like, I was like, "That's not Beethoven. That's Beethoven." True. Here's another thing. I loved the effects in this. I see the whole punching folk and their face was coming off. I fell about my living room screaming, man. Honestly.
I just love see the stop motion and miniature.
Look at that shit, man.
That's like back at case.
It is. I have to. One day I will make a film like that. I swear to God. Did you notice the what do you call it? Barbosol cream.
Aye.
Oh,
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Yeah. Go and
That'd
say
be
that
boy
word
style.
again.
Barbasol.
That's better.
Barbasol cream. What did I say again? Oh no.
Barbosol.
Barbosa.
A wee pirate on the front.
Yeah, I was waiting on you to say it as you drink your pirate mug.
You best start believing in shaving cream.
Also, did you notice the stuff was moving like the bog of eternal stench from a labyrinth?
I didn't put that together, but I see what you mean. Yep.
You see the bit where he gets stuck in the big truck, and then he's like green screened, and his feet are flat. They're straight at the bottom. Like the chroma key effect was terrible, but it's so added to it. He's like, "Whoa!" It's like, but you can still see the green outline on him. He's like, "Whoa!" And his feet are cut off at the bottom. They're cropped.
Oh man. Like the thing is, like you can most of the time, like you can forgive films made back then with relatively low budgets. You can forgive it, that type of stuff. Like I'm not going to sit and slag the effects because they tried the best with what they had. What I'm going to slag is the rest of it. I thought it was badly acted. The script was fucking terrible. Remember the bit where the boy goes in and basically destroys the supermarket, like shoving all the things, his stuff off the shelf and that. Not one of those cans had anything in it. Not a single one of them.
You reckon?
100%. 100%. Okay, well. It's like what Candyman would look like in real life. He would be covered in bee stings inside his mouth.
I suppose. Do you know one of my favourite bits as well is where it jumps up and gets on his face, and they're like, "Quick, set him on fire!" I'll sort it.
And the thing is, she's like, "Don't touch it! Don't touch it! It's going to kill you! I'm just going to set your face on fire."
They obviously spent money on it. They've obviously got the same kind of rig as Elm Street, where the room spins.
It's the exact room. It's the same room.
That can't be cheap. That couldn't have been cheap.
Well, it was already built, so that would have taken away a bit of the cost of it because it was already built. They used that exact room, not another version of it. It was that exact room was used for that scene. So
what about the boy, mate? What about the boy that falls and his leg gets run out by the truck, the Mack truck, and his heat explodes?
I mean, obviously he's meant to be full of the stuff, right? So maybe physics works a wee bit differently. So again, but the thing is, to me, it looked like his face didn't explode. It looked like it imploded, which made it look even weirder because it looked like it got sucked in as opposed to blown out.
Lads, where's J Max? He's not at work this week. Do you know here? No, his face imploded. Oh, really, man?
So I thought it already had. He's an ugly bastard.
Aye.
He had a face like a punched lasagna.
Usually when I get one of these films that I've not seen in a long time and I go, I bet it's shite now, and I'll go, I better not watch it. But when I put it back on, I loved it again. I absolutely loved watching it again.
No, mate, I think I'll watch it again soon. Do you know, think as well, like, Colonel Spears just starts shooting folk. He just takes Mo's word for it, doesn't he?
I've got to kind of say that.
Takes his word.
I love the fact that kind of Arrow's bringing all these old ones back, to be honest.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's quite good because I've got a stack of DVDs up the stair that I've kind of I've bought them off eBay and places like that, but they're obviously fakes because you can't get them. So yeah. It's quite good when you get them proper.
I was like, I think it was it was when we were doing the cinema event for Orphans with Stephen McCall, and I bought Orphans on Blu-ray, and like there isn't a Blu-ray. I was like, well, I've fucking got one.
I got it, I know.
Aye, it's not official.
Was that why the case was small?
It's why it's just a bit weird looking.
Because I got this and McCall signed it for me, didn't he? This seems legit. This seems legit.
Aye, it's never had an official release.
Mate, no, it is. It totally is, because it's Park Circus.
Park
Circus.
Maybe the one I've got isn't then.
Must be, because Park Circus, I've worked with them. Those are legit, and this is legit, and it's got all their branding on it, so it definitely is a Park Circus thing. I can't believe Park Circus actually own that, but I got Stephen to sign inside with a gold pen. So one day when I meet Peter Mullen...
I mind when I got Stephen to sign my Ned's DVD. He was like, well, I'm going to sign the back of it because I'm hardly fucking in it. That was such a Stephen McCall thing to do.
By the way, sending love to Stephen. Sadly, his father passed away.
I didn't know that. Oh, man.
Sending love out to Aye, so hope he's doing well. Fucking,
Same to Paul.
what can you say? Aye, both of them, and the family, of course. But aye, make sure if anybody's never, let us know what your favourite Stephen McCall film is, because guy's a legend, and he should be in a lot more than what he is. But you know, there's still time. Aye, go and check out Orphans if you get a minute. By the way, great Scottish film. But aye, I agree with you what you're saying. A lot of films should have a wee release, and I'm glad Arrow exists for these very reasons. Sorry, I'm just having to put all my cool stuff back. There's my Fight Star beer, one of a kind. Look at that shit.
Is that who you date now?
And that's
No,
your band now. You've just flashed a beer in
Oh
front of the camera.
no! I'll let you know. I'll let you know if TikTok take us off again. Surely not.
Oh, maybe that's been the problem the whole time. The ones that you've got in the
Nah.
background.
It can't be.
There's me trying to save myself some bother.
It can't be because J Mac was like this.
And here's
So
me
there's
with
no
a
fucking way.
mug.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way it was my Fight Star cans.
Yeah, but having your mug's fine, Matthew, man,
shot
because
glass.
I'm
it is
going to
only
ask, what
just
is
Robinson.
what is the significance with Fight Star? What is that?
It's my favourite band in the whole entire world. It's funny, like the lead singer just added me on Facebook before we went live here, which is quite
Cool.
funny. Aye. What we got here? Wolfman says we had to watch Orphans in school. That and Boys in the Hood. Yeah, what school did you go to?
I went to one with a teacher that couldn't be arsed, but still spent a lot of time trying to justify to the senior management team why these films were appropriate to watch in school.
Why they're appropriate? Because they're the only tapes I've got.
Actually, I seen Boys in the Hood in school. I think it was Modern Studies.
No, I never saw it in
seen-
school. I saw it. I found
But-
it on a VHS in my house. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But
No, remember though, like you and I went. We were quite a few years apart in school. So when I went
Same
to school,
though.
aye, but Boys in the Hood at the time was relatively new.
I know it was long gone by the time I was there.
Media studies.
aye.
I see. I never
Mine
had
was
that at
Edward
school.
Scissorhands. I did. It was Edward Scissorhands we watched, and Dante's Peak.
You want what? Is that for an example of a good film and a bad film? Was that the criteria?
No, it was
Was
no
that
the
geography?
criteria. No, it was there was an actual before I left school, they actually integrated film and television into like media. So I was like, oh, this will be class. I love films. And then they're like, okay, pull your jotters out. And then there was like a billion different things, and I went, none of this is fun, nor is it relevant to what we're talking about. So I'm just going to kick back, watch Edward Scissorhands, and I'm fucking out of here. And that's what I done.
I remember once it was like the last week of term before the summer holidays. And now, like that week's a bit of a washout. I mean, it's just like playing games or watching films. And I convinced my chemistry teacher, Dante's. I never said Dante's. It's
Aye, you did.
Dante's or Dan.
Is that the one? Is that the one?
Dante's, look.
Is Pierce Brosnan in that? Is that? Am I
Yes,
missing one?
yes, and Sergana.
Right.
Let me just say this, J-Mac. How does it feel that the tables have turned, my friend? Oh, yeah, look, you know how I look like in Young Frankenstein? Marty Freeman.
You've done it again.
Did that? It's Feldman, innit?
The tables have turned and they turn right back and back again. But no, I'd convinced my chemistry teacher and all my mates like that. This is Spinal Tap was a good film, right?
So your teacher and one guy thought
convinced-
it was a good film.
Fuck off! I say all my mates, all the guys in my class. I was like, "Guys, this is brilliant. You watch this." Eventually, agreed to let us watch it, and it got like 15 minutes in, and the teacher was like, "Is anyone enjoying this?" Everybody went, "Nah."
No.
I still love it. It's a great film. It's a great film. Have you ever
They're
seen it?
making another
Kev?
one?
Hi, of course. Don't
I
touch
think they're
it.
making another one. They're making a second one. I think.
Probably. I've got it over there.
They're making a second one.
Nah.
I'm sure they are. I'm positive they're making a second one.
I'm all over that shit. If they're making a second one, I'm all over it.
You gotta be careful with sequels, man. We can't how that can all end up. You know, sequels and remakes. Which reminds me, next week we'll be live here with Matthewman and up and coming YouTuber Wolfman's Got Nards. We'll be on the show to discuss the best horror remakes.
Up and coming. he's already up and came.
He's came so much that he's selling it as the stuff. I'm just joking. It's all in jest. Up and coming.
Fuck's sake. Arnold Schwarzenegger, up and coming movie star.
He was at one point.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I finally
How good-
got the wee one to watch Kindergarten Cop last night after about months. I was like,
I watched that just like
this?"
a week ago.
And she, at the end, it went, "Dad, that was really good." And I went, "I told you like it." I can't wait till she's a wee bit older to kind of start showing her more sports things.
I think I'm going to sit down to Last Action Hero with my kids very soon.
She actually did ask me halfway through, ask me why he can't talk right.
That's her and every fucking Hollywood director. It's not a tumor. Here, somebody invite Stu Arnold.
Oh, God. That fucking Manjaro plamp.
Look at this. See when this happened, I was howling, man. Look at that.
Guy looks like an out-of-date Mars bar.
I remember saying to my wife, as I'm laughing, I'm like, "Oh no, they got chocolate chip Charlie. They got chocolate chip Charlie. No."
sounds like a drug dealer name.
It used to be whenever you seen any stuff for it, that was the picture they showed you, and you're like, just gonna no waste it. Just don't put that on thing. It's this big plasticine guy. He's
Big plasticine guy. I stayed away from it for that reason, for not wanting to see the type of things that would waste it.
Well, I think
Guy.
as we were like when I started watching this, I took a wee screenshot and was like, "Right, guys, here we go." And I said, "I've been waiting 40 years not to watch this because I never thought it looked good. I've never seen anything about it that made me think that's a film I need to see." And I think
the thing is,
my mindset
joking,
was
man?
proven.
if they were going to remake this the new, like nowadays, they could use maybe like iPhones instead of like yogurt. Like you need to use one, or what else could they use? Vaping.
What do they call it? The tech.
It reminds me of Reet Petite song by Jackie Wilson.
Oh, the plasticine video. Aye, I remember that.
I'm glad you got that. I didn't know what Reet Petite.
I didn't either.
They remade the stuff already, boys.
That's true, actually.
Joking. When?
I saw that earlier when I was the cast popped up and I was like, Mira Sorvino. I was like, she was far too young to be in this. And I think Patrick
Yeah, I
Dempsey
missed that.
shows up as well.
No, he doesn't.
So I'm assuming this is not going to be in the conversation next week about best ever remakes.
2018.
I did not
Was it
even
the actual
fucking know
stuff? I did see that, but I thought, nah, that'll not be 6 months ago. Nah, mate. 2018, it's like a hood film. So it's not that one then.
I went to write
Nah,
the
they
stuff and
didn't.
wrote the months because you were talking.
2024. The stuff 2024. Nah, he's having his own.
Hang on.
That's
hang
called
on.
the substance, mate. What's it called? The other stuff. You're lying.
No, I don't know.
He's lying, mate. He's lying. That's what you order. Nards, that's what you order, mate. Imagine lying.
Is it lying?
Aye. There's nothing called the stuff for 2024.
I've got the Stuff Gadget Awards 2024. Have that it?
He's just said, oh shit.
Wolfman, that's why you're still up and coming. You've not made it yet, Ken.
I got it mixed up with Street Trash. Oh, did they remake that?
They remade Street Trash, which is also the remake of that was quite good.
I was like, genuinely, they remade the stuff, and I got. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to watch that, but hopefully before next week, see if it's a good remake. Street Trash. It's class.
It's quite icky.
Icky.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard you use that word before there, Matthew. Icky. Gives you the ick.
It's the mug.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this film, lads. I'm no sorry. I'm no sorry.
I
No,
left
it
the
was-
room twice while watching this to go through and tell my wife how bad it was.
No.
Yeah.
Look at this, man. No. Even the family are like, yo, you need to take the stuff. And the wee boy just instinctively knows there's a Doug. Look. Doug took the stuff and all. This was funny.
That looks familiar.
They're talking, making up plans.
Okay,
and that.
boys, we're going to play. Go back to the last picture. It looks like he's playing rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Or just rock, paper,
Oh.
scissors.
It also looks like Mo's trying to show him, like, here, feel my gooch. Tell you it's big.
He's
Feel my
like,
gooch, lad.
so do us a favour, mate. I think I might have something on my ball. Gives it a wee fucking squeeze.
He's just readjusting his pants.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how they came up with the idea for the stuff.
No, I apologise to nobody. I really enjoyed watching it again.
100%.
I loved
mate,
the fact.
sex sells as well. Look, what's that all about, eh?
What's funny though is like at one point she's like, "Listen, for the next two, I really want you to zoom into their faces because these two are real beauties." No. I hate to be shallow, but they won me.
No.
Nah, wasn't my cup of tea. The jawlines weren't strong enough. They didn't have big enough muscles.
They couldn't fold you up like a packet of Chris. They couldn't fold you like a fucking 20 pence piece. Oh, gee, Mike. No, I'm going to give you more in my notes as well because some of them had something to it. Like, green screen was funny, but at the end, Legs Rover, he explodes. Colonel Spears just starts shooting folk. Must trust Mo's word because he just rocks up, starts shooting everybody. Well, no one likes. Aye. He's Colonel Spears is like, yeah, nobody likes me. Maybe you should do a campaign on me. Do you think it could be because of how, like, when the minute he sees one lassie, he's like, you're getting it. Straight up. Could that be maybe why they don't like him?
The whole reason that he spoke to Mo in the first place, because of what Mo had on him, was a bit rank. I maybe take back the whole thing about him being a bit of a hero at the end of this.
I tell you!
He's clearly a bad person. I can admit when I'm wrong, Kevin. I can. It's just one of these things. I do have the ability to admit when I'm wrong, and I've been married for long enough to be able to do that even when I'm right. So,
well, thing is as well, he is. Can I say the word racist? He's very much that. The minute
he's racist. He's also a schmedish male.
And a graper.
And a grapist.
Mad grapers.
Yes.
Right. Because the minute he sees a lassie, he's like, you're getting ploughed. The minute he sees Chocolate Chip Charlie, he's like, get him out of here.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing at the prospect of ridiculous writing and how it existed back then. Again, it's just
Larry Cohen, you should be ashamed of yourself, old man.
I know. What did he else? What else did he go on to make? Is he dead, Larry?
Larry Cohen. He made another film that you'll hate called Q, and it was about a big flying dinosaur in New York. And
it sounds like something I'd love.
And it's quite a good film until you actually see the thing flying about. Sure
he made
David
Cellular.
Carradine was in that.
He made Cellular, Phone Booth. He made Uncle Sam!
J Mac.
I wonder what J Mac's away today. Mate, did you not watch Uncle Sam?
No, I watched it yet, no. Is that
Mate!
I need to watch it now.
Guy comes back for the war. His body comes back for the war. It's exactly like... Mate, I can't believe you never watched that. Now, I watched that for the very first time when I was younger. Went to my cousin's. I've mentioned before that that's how I met... That's how I see... It's on YouTube. It's like the full film's on YouTube. Mate, I'm sure I told you about it and you sent me the link saying it's on YouTube. So I'm shocked you never watched it. 1996, Uncle Sam, right? Written by the same guy. Why did I not know this?
I'm struggling to type in the dark.
PJ Souls is in it.
I've just seen the boy's face. I'm watching that tonight. That tonight.
No, it's about boy comes back for like his body gets sent back for war. He died at war.
Did you say Isaac Hayes? Is he in this?
No, PJ Souls. But Isaac Hayes might be in it.
There's a picture of Isaac Hayes. I'm watching this tonight.
Mate,
what is this?
I kind of... you're about to experience that for the first time. I'm so envious. So the guy that made this film, Larry Cohen, Also made one of my classic favourites. Remember how I always say my cousins used to turn me on to some fucking mad shit films when I was a kid, too young for it. Uncle Sam was one of them, right? And I remember putting it on, and the boy's coffin comes back from the war, right? Oh, that's our uncle. He's getting buried tomorrow. Well, no, he's fucking no, because he gets up, starts fucking killing folk. You know what I mean? But he runs about dressed like Uncle Sam, so he's like an Uncle Sam zombie. It's on YouTube. You can watch it there.
I'm going to watch that tonight.
Can't believe he
solid
made that.
4.6 on IMDb. He must be a belter.
Mate, I might watch it again just because I've now remembered what it was.
So Isaac Hayes and PJ Souls are both in it.
PG sold. You've sold it already. Aye, there you go. It's
Sold it.
You've
okay,
sold it
but-
already. Aye.
Aye, that's a class film. Oh, Matthew, man, I can't believe I've just done you an honour of like bestowing upon you a film that you'll probably
Is that destined to be one of my new favourites?
Mate, it's put it this way: there's no way you're watching that and no coming away going, "I'm making a wee poster out of that." No way, mate.
Like I grew up as obviously a kung fu movie fan, right? Not just Bruce Lee. I'd watch a lot of
A
them.
Jemima's witness.
And my brother, I went to stay with my brother, Graham,
Damn right.
in Glasgow when he lived in a flat through there. And that night we rented a bunch of films from whatever it was. It would have been 1998, I think. So it was a long time ago. That might have been, I don't think it was Blockbuster. I think it was one of the smaller ones. But it was all kung fu horror movies, which I never knew were a thing, right? They were all fucking shocking, right?
I
Like
need to
really,
find them.
really
Need to
bad.
find them.
But I wish to bugger it. Like I've tried to find one of the films that we watched. It was like a kung fu horror film that involved witches, and one of them made this sound every time she turned. She went, "Hey!" Right? But it echoed, so it was like.
Yeah.
Try googling that to see what comes up. It's impossible, and I wish I could remember the name of it because I actually mentioned it was like when you have to say memories, the person who's passed away to get said out at a funeral, and I said I just remember the night that we watched really bad, really bad kung fu horror movies, and it's a good memory but of bad films. And I wish I could find out what it was. I want to watch it again just because of that. Do you know what I mean? Because I think bad films have merit, right? And maybe this one would have if I'd seen it a long time ago, but it didn't click.
I think just that whole thing that I just remember being a kid and sitting up watching this when I knew I probably shouldn't have been watching it. Do you know what I mean? You go, oh, fuck, I'm going to watch this film.
See,
the way they...
I did that with like Billy Connolly videos. Like,
No, Zombie Tit Ripper too, mate.
But the thing is, I was too scared of horror films to stay up late and watch them. Like I went through a period of.
Nards has got you. Nards has got you. Jay, it's called Encounter of the Spooky Kind, also known as Spooky Encounters or Guy da Guy.
Wolfman, are you being serious?
I think he is.
Fucking serious.
He has lied once tonight. Right. Well, I get the Google machine out. What we're looking
Spooky
for?
Encounters.
Guy da Guy.
Right, if you've Googled that, right,
Mate.
if you didn't, like, Wolfman, if you never just knew that off the top of your head, right, if you had to Google that, how do you spell I've never been able to get it.
I've Googled it, man. Does a lassie look like somebody?
She kind of looks like one of the witches from like Jack the Giant Killer for the 1950s. That's what she looks like in my mind anyway.
Is her
It's been a
name
long time.
Sammo Hung?
Sammo Hung's a guy.
How'd you know that?
He's
It's
like
because
a
he's
fucking
Sammo
legend.
Hung, man. He's a fucking legend.
Is
Is
he
her
in it?
name Sammo Hung?
Hold on, is her name Jackie Chan?
Is her name Jet Li? Oh man, my blood pressure just went up.
That's what, mate. I've never heard of Sammo Kung or whatever the fuck. it
Sammo
is.
Hung. Like, just listen to his last name. Obviously, he's a guy. Like,
Sammo Hung. How it could be in him.
Sammo Hung is a legend, man. He's what they call these days. They would call him fat fit.
Well, let me see. Right.
In
I'm gonna
fact,
bring up a
Sammo
picture.
Hung was in Enter the Dragon.
Was
Remember,
he?
right at the start
We'll
of
be
Enter the
seeing
Dragon, when Bruce Lee's got the big gloves on and he's fighting a guy in his pants. The other guy that he's fighting, wee chubby guy, wee weight challenged guy, is Sammo Hung.
Well, Nard says it's available on UK Blu-ray on Eureka. Right, we'll get this. Look, is this the
I just
lassie here?
googled it and the full film's there.
Mate, that's Sammo Hung, for fuck's sake.
That's not a bird.
No,
Sammo Hung.
no, but
That's
actually,
not a bird.
No, it's no. That's a Chinese man.
It's like a woman. Tell me that doesn't look like a woman called Brenda.
That does look like she looks like head of HR. Do you know what I mean? I know what
Right.
you mean. It's got that look about it. But
So that's Sammo.
see the thing at the background. I think he's right, by the way, because that thing in the background with the teeth worse than mine in that fucking Simpsons thing. That's what I remember.
Aye.
Fuck
Well, there you
me.
go.
Well done,
done,
Nards.
Nards.
This
I
is
know.
why you're up and coming.
That's why you're an upcoming YouTuber, mate. You're going to go far. You'll probably do well. I believe in you. Aye, well, hey, you can just tell.
Jesus.
You'll have that. You'll have one of those play buttons in no time.
I'll add that to the list.
Mate, that's definitely. So Sammo Hung's not a bird then.
No, definitely not. He had a big TV show in the late 90s called Martial Law.
That's right.
Do you remember that, Matthew?
Aye, he was a
It was
sheriff
it's kind of Rush Hour style. Like, it was a Chinese cop sent to America for some reason because they just had to send him
reason.
for some reason, for Sammo
Some
reason,
hung reason.
for Sammo Hung reason.
Arsenio Hall was in that.
But the guy, honestly, man, this guy's ability as a martial artist is fucking incredible. Like, he's
Aye.
really, really good. But funny thing is, I can't remember him being in that film. I just remember the.
Well, there you go. You'll need to watch it. And Matthew, man, if you could design as a poster where Sammo Hung threatens to kick the manager's head in if you don't get a new fresh set of chips.
Stick in the back
I
of
wants
your
to
chair.
speak to the manager. I know. Here's a clip. Hopefully, it's the one you were looking for. Oh, we're getting sent a clip.
Oh, I've got a clip.
Well, I don't see no clip.
I ain't seen no clip.
I ain't no brain. I ain't no brain. Here's a clip. Hopefully, it's the one you were looking for. I'll play it on this show. I don't mind. We get hit with every other fucking restriction, so why no way?
Aye, but no for Robinsons.
Links are removed. See if you ping it to me personally, Nards. I will bring it up.
I've just
You
spelled
can tell me.
Robinsons or doing myself.
So what are we getting? The stuff out of 10.
I think from a movie point of view, it's probably a 4, but from a nostalgia point of view, for me, it's probably like a 7 or an 8 because I'd happily watch it again.
I gave it a 6, mate, but I also gave the new Final Destination a 6. So, you know, that's a good one.
The only thing I didn't like about the
Narja
new
legend.
Final Destination was they kind of seemed to end it too quickly.
It didn't make
But hey.
sense. We have to do her in before we can get to our family. No, we learned in the previous Final Destination that it can just skip you and come back for you at the end. So why did they not do that? You know, like create your rules, keep your rules, like, stick to them. You know, you set the playing field. I'm going to share my screen here, J Mac. You're going to tell me, right?
You know what? You hear my fucking score first, but no.
Your what button? Your what?
I said, you know what? You hear my score first.
In a minute, right?
All right, used to do it then.
All right, but do you know what? Tell us your score, right? Just because I need to figure out how to get this to pop up with it. No, giving me the sound and all that. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Right, obviously I never had any nostalgic score to give it because I never seen it before tonight. Well, I literally watched it. I put it on at 7:20 tonight. So never seen it before. And I'd give it's probably a 4. I think your assessment objectively of it, Matthew, is probably pretty accurate. It's a 4. It's pretty poor. Do you know what I mean? It has wee moments that are fun, but it's a bad movie. Like, it is a bad
Anyway.
Oh, there's you just not being interested in what I've got to say again. Fuck's sake.
I'm joking.
Mate, you would be if that was real life.
Oh,
but
that
by
was
the way, I'm
epic.
still not convinced that that's the right one. I'm
Really?
still
How
not
come?
convinced. The face looks right, but I remember the thing having hair that swished when she turned her head fast and went. Well,
by the way, whatever that is looks fucking epic. She's like, need to watch it. In fact,
By the way, can I
slap.
just put a wee argument out here, right?
Mhm.
The Bruce Lee episode did well, right?
Of what? Oh yeah, aye.
Of our podcast. See this thing we're doing? It's fucking
I'm like, hey, what is he talking about?
the Bruce Lee episode did well, right?
Aye.
I think we do the next one. We do Fist of Fury. If it does well, I think we should concentrate on it for a wee while, right? Because Arrow do kung fu films as well. I'm just saying.
I'm up for it, mate. It's fun. I don't dislike kung fu by any stretch. I would also hefty love terrible kung fu films. Ones like that look phenomenal. That's just a small scene. There may be scenes with the witch somewhere.
It's enough
Mate,
to.
we'll
it's
find
enough
out.
for me to watch it. I will watch that all the way through to find it, but and I'll go. That's the right one.
I'm watching it all the way through just because it looks class.
But actually,
I had never
Nards,
watched.
Nards, are you into
Sorry.
kung fu films at all? Sorry, Matthew, man, continue. Just Nards,
Mate,
are you into
you
kung
don't know
fu
if
films?
you don't know if he's into kung fu films. He just literally off the top of his head tell you that was called Glee Glee and what
No,
fucking
he
production
said-
company it came from.
He said Google it. So I think he
Aye.
Googled it.
I had never
Nah.
watched like a full
And
Bruce
Nards we
Lee
trust.
film up until like the other week. So I quite enjoyed that. I'll probably watch them all now.
Aye.
By the way,
The kind of bad thing is the only Bruce Lee film I think I'd watched was the one that was about him that didn't have Bruce Lee in it.
That was Jason Lee, wasn't it?
No.
Jason Scott Lee, and it's a decent. Excuse me, it's a decent film. It's just not very historically accurate. But that is the best Bruce Lee film in my opinion.
Aye.
Is that
And
the
if you
next
don't
one?
do this,
Yeah, that's
aye,
the
this is
next
one
one.
we're doing. Aye. You need to hold it like this, Matthew, man, or you're not in the club. You
I
need
don't
to
have
do this.
that. To hold. I'll just-
You've got to. You need to. Right.
I was introducing the Waynes to what a VHS was. Like I was up in the loft kind of pulling out tapes, see for next week. And I was like, that's a VHS videotape. And when I opened it, I was like, fucker's no rewound. I was like, I can't rewind it now. I can't rewind that. I've no way of rewinding that.
Send it to me. I'll rewind it.
Nard says, absolutely not into kung fu films, but I used to watch them as a kid. Horror ones, I really like The Legend of Seven Golden Vampires.
That sounds like a Chinese restaurant.
Serve up Dugs.
See, I grew up watching
Careful.
all the old.
That's true.
See, like, was it Police Story? And
Please,
what was
stories.
the other one? What was the one where it was like I can't remember the name. It was like a treasure hunter.
Armor of God.
Armor of God. And the 1 and 2. What was the one that was in the big fan? That was the second one, wasn't it? It was like a big turbine fan, and it was like him and another guy fighting, but in the wind tunnel.
It may have been
Brilliant.
that was. I think the second one was called Operation Condor, if I remember
think
right.
that's it. The dead one in the desert. I'm sure that was that one. I loved all them. They started that Bruce Lee film when it done the golden circle. See the wee squares, the down. That just totally opened. Just come straight out of that wee logo.
Do you know what's funny? When I was a kid, all the VHSs were released under a company that the name of this company makes me laugh every time I call it. It's called Rank Video. So it's like anytime you want to watch a Bruce Lee film, you need to watch a Rank Video. And it had a wee guy hitting a big gong. Rank. that's the sound it made when you hit it. It went rank.
Saying. By the way, I kind of hoped that the Taste would have been a sequel to the stuff, but they obviously ran out of money, right?
I don't think
Well,
it's not really a sequely film, is it?
Oh, it totally is. They left it open.
I just think maybe they finished that one and went, nah.
He went on to bigger things, of course. Uncle Sam, 1996.
Which
1
has
hour,
got a
29
lower
minutes.
IMDb score. Just saying.
That's again. You might have just watched it wrong.
they probably
Oh
found
man,
out-
tell me we didn't he?
probably found
tell
out
me
the
I didn't.
remake of The Blob came out, and they went, fuck it, that'll do.
No,
I don't
this-
think
this-
I've ever seen the remake. I think I only seen the original.
Oh, that's
Steve
speaking of
McQueen
next
one.
week. Speaking of next week. Speaking of next week.
Ah, right, okay.
Next week, look at a great wee segue there, Matthew. Next week we will, for anybody that may have missed it, we will be joined by Matthew once
Who's the wee
again.
guy with the wings coming out his head?
That's me, mate.
Where?
It's fucking terrible, isn't it?
Where? Where?
At the bottom, next to Elvira's tits.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a good point, by the way. What the fuck is that?
I have no idea who that is. I'll need to recheck that. No, everything's accurate. But what is accurate is next week we'll be joined by Nards, we'll be joined by Matthew Min, of course, again, and we'll be chatting about our favourite.
Wait, bring it up again. Bring it up again. When the fuck was Bobby the barman in The Shining?
Here, I never created these, just so you know.
And Freddy just looks like a wee happy man.
It does. It does. You're not thinking Freddy's the one next to Jaws, no?
No, I'm
That's
thinking
new
Freddy's the
Freddy.
one next to Michael Myers.
I think the one under Jaws is meant to be the new Freddy.
Probably, because that's a comparison.
What the fuck's that at the top right? Anybody want to clarify that? And the one next to that one?
Is that
What
meant
one?
to be the Exorcist?
Aye, that's The Exorcist. And then
Right,
next to
okay,
that,
I can kind of see that. What's next to the Terminator?
Is that
Guy.
Lance Henriksen? I don't know.
Do you know, I was thinking
nah.
the same thing, but for what?
Terminator? Aliens?
Alien,
Fuck knows.
maybe? And then Bill Gates underneath him.
Here, I can probably find it in a second. Because I used like
And then Sammo hung under Bill Gates.
Please a minute, I'm going to try and find who it was.
There's Kim Kardashian at the front.
Oh, I don't know. Try to find it. No, I'm not seeing it, am I? Wait a minute. So, here we go. It's not showing me.
Actually, Lance Henriksen was in the Terminator. Maybe that's what it is.
Think so.
He
Could
looks
be.
royally pissed off there, anyways.
He does.
Is
Eh?
it
He's
to
all,
be
he's all
Lance
raging.
Henriksen?
Look how happy Freddy is, though. I can't get over it.
Lance Henriksen's raging there because he was supposed to play the Terminator. And he's like, fucking bastards.
Aye. Aye.
Him or OJ?
It's like he was kicked out because the Terminator was meant to be somebody that could blend in, and he looked too weird. But Arnold Schwarzenegger was absolutely fine.
Right, let's see. Nah, Nah, I screwed it. I can't find it.
I've just noticed J Mac's got a Crispy's Curse t-shirt on.
Aye. Is that everything
So
noticed?
I'll tell you what, though, you got my arm shape pretty much spot on.
Aye, Stumpy.
Aye. My feet actually as well. My feet are just below the picture line.
Akin. Aye, well, that is next week, lads. And then the week after, we've got Fist of Fury, which will be fucking spanking. I'm looking forward to it. We're joined by Nards, joined by Matthew Min. We will talk everything horror remakes. Ones that, here are the rules, and this is for everybody watching as well. Get your favourite horror remakes, bring them to the desk, and we'll talk about them. We'll be like, here, did you like that one? Because I loved it. No, I didn't. I thought it was pish. How could you say that, J-Mac? That's the type of conversation that's going to happen. I think there's quite a good few horror remakes, but I will tell you why. And that's a good thing, is we get to have that open discussion about why it was good, why it was a necessary remake, why it wasn't, and that'll be fun. It's been class. Guys, you have stayed with us this long on a Sunday night. I actually very much appreciate that more than you'll ever know. So thank you very much. Big things coming up, hopefully. And aye, it'll be good moving forward. So thank you very much for tuning in and sticking with us this whole night. It's like I say, very much appreciated. If you'd like to see us cover a film or do a special episode or whatever, hit us up and let us know
Sammo Hung.
what you would like. Sammo Hung. Mate, we've got to get him on. We'll get Sammo Hung on. Sammo Hung. Deed.
Nope, still alive.
Aye. 73-year-old.
He'll be on
He's
the
only
Ozempic now.
73. That's fucking. He's younger than I thought he would be by now.
So next week, Sammo hung. I'd be up for that. He looks more like a taxi driver nowadays. Right.
I always knew him as just Jackie Chan's pal in films. That was it.
Jackie Chan's pal. I'm like, is Sammo Hung? Is that her name? And you're like, it's a guy. Janice says, love y'all. You too, Janice. It's been absolutely class having you here tonight. So make sure you and Ray both have your favourite horror films that were remade and bring them to the desk. And we'll discuss it at length next week, and really looking forward to it. Matthew Man, you're a fucking wee legend, man. Thanks for tuning in with us and fucking bringing the stuff to the table. Lee McMaster says, "Day rubber."
Rubber. That's
was
a
good.
fucking interesting one.
That's
Right,
a good
okay.
one. We should.
Well, actually, we will do that at some point. I think we've probably said that
hell yeah.
before, to be honest. We've probably said that
Mate,
before. Probably
totally.
do rubber.
Loads will do. But rubber can definitely end up in the queue. Like, there might be a few films coming up as well that we may cover. A couple of guests that may potentially come on. It'll be crazy times ahead. Understood. Good, Janice. You know the assignment. So that for this week, we're out of time, and I'll catch you guys on the next one for a class joining of the swords, and it'll be excellent. J Mac, Mashman, any way to say to these fine folks before we bid adieu?
No.
Oh.
Thanks for enjoying me and my shitey webcam and microphone.
I love how much darker your room got since it started as well.
I know. It's got really dark. See, I had kind of the blind open there, and I thought the sunlight is bouncing off my receding forehead too much, so I kind of put it down. But now I've realised I'm sitting in darkness. Even I was trying to type in Uncle Sam, I was like just pressing random keys.
It's like, I'm sorry, I do not recognise Ankle Sum.
Ankle Sam. Wolfman's got nerd says, see you next week, laddies. We'll see you next week, laddie. It'll be fun.
I'm assuming that's ladies, but let's go.
I definitely is. Well,
Right.
we'll see you guys all next week. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fucking smashing. Take it easy,
Thanks again.
folks. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Goodbye, my friend.
Kevin on the mic, sharp like a blade. Jay Mack cracks a joke, got the crowd swayed. Sundays light up as they set the stage. Two voices cutting through the digital age. Oh, Kevin and Jay Mack, they roll like thunder. The bond isn't fake, it'll pull you under. They laugh, they clap, but they never flounder. Brothers in the spotlight, no love is louder. And loyal week after week. She laughs till her ribs ache, the jokes that they speak. Matthew Min drops his takes, always on point. The podcast rolls smooth, two kings on the joint. Oh, Kevin and Jay Mack, they roll like